Basketball fans, welcome into another edition of Raptors Today. Raptors win, I guess, against the Philadelphia 76ers. We're at a very strange point in the NBA season. It's either you're going for the championship or you're trying to travel the other way. Obviously, the Sixers are doing that. Raptors in their player development bag, we'll call it, so we got to give props where props is due. First and foremost, we're getting an audition from a lot of different guys. I'll talk about this Sixers debacle in a second, but for the Raptors, they're auditioning guys who will be at the end of the bench, looking for summer league roles, and Jared Rhoden has been, I'll say this, he's getting a lot of opportunity, which is rare for a guy in this situation in the NBA, but what he's doing with this opportunity, Jonesy, is commendable.
I liked him back in training camp when we saw him in Montreal. I liked his size, I liked his quickness,
arm length,
like everything, like his body. That he just looked like he belonged. And he's played really well here. The only thing, if I were to critique him, he's got to do a better job looking after the ball at times. Sometimes some high risk passes, some difficult stuff, but he competes. And this is not his first birthday party. I mean, he's a guy that has had a couple of looks in the NBA. So I love what he's doing. I've taken a liking to the kid because of what I see in his game.
A lot more field goals than he's ever going to get an opportunity to put up.
That's a career high last night, right? And I love him taking advantage of his opportunity.
Even with the rebounds and the assists. Now, sure, I'm trying to steer clear of the narrative that everyone else is going to have, which is going to talk about, okay, nobody played. Jamal Shed, a rookie, gets, under 13 minutes. I was surprised Jakob Poeltl was trotted out there, but, you got to save face. But when you look at the situation the Raptors have found themselves in against teams who are doing something very similar, at the end of the day, the guys who are left on the floor have a responsibility to themselves, their families, and their agents. What have you thought of the collection of players and how they've handled this very weird situation that you don't find yourself in as an NBA player? Some of the fans are cheering against you.
Players play to win.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's what players do. So if you're a competitor, you can't, in a good conscience, walk on the floor and try to lose.
No.
And I feel like these guys are doing what they're supposed to do. They're all hungry. They're all trying to further their career. They all want to be established NBA players. They want to make a roster. And a lot of times I think fans get kind of cocooned or caught being prisoners of the moment, thinking that these players are only playing for the Raptors.
Yes.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're playing for 29 other teams, and they're trying to make a living doing this. So their job to go out there is to go out there and put the best foot forward and present themselves in the best way, so whomever's looking is going to see a good quality product, and that's what they're doing.
There's a phrase that a guy gave me 40 years ago. He said, "You're in this game, you are forever on tryout." And the gravity of it didn't hit me then, but to Sherm's point, you're always playing for you, your team, and maybe somebody else that's looking.
Tomorrow isn't promised.
Even if you have a big contract, you're playing for your next contract. You are forever on tryout, and I think we're seeing that now. And the difference with Toronto and Philadelphia, this is part of the plan in Toronto, the development, to look at people.
Okay, so you're stealing my thunder, because I know where you're going, and I want to ask the question.
This isn't part of the plan in Philly.
So I'm taking the mic back here, because this is my question.
Okay.
I'll start with Sherman, but you'll get your turn.
All right.
Is this Philadelphia 76ers team the most disappointing team that you have seen in recent NBA memory? I'll give you that they share the stage right now with the Phoenix Suns team that's somewhat disappointing, and I go back to that, was it 04 Brooklyn Nets team? But you guys are basketball historians.
Yeah, you know what? I look at this more from the perspective of, am I surprised that Joel Embiid is not playing a lot of games in a season? Absolutely not. I'm not used to seeing Joel Embiid play a lot of games in a season. That's just not what it is for his career. Am I surprised that Paul George came over at such a big ticket at 35 and isn't able to perform the way that we've seen him perform when he was younger? No, we've seen the shift in his game. We've seen the decline in numbers. So I'm not surprised at that. What I do know is that I'm surprised at Tyrese Maxey having this tough of a time with the group that they installed around him, because they should have been a great team. But I'm not surprised at the fact that Philadelphia.
You're saying you're not surprised that a Philadelphia team that was expected to compete for an NBA title is now competing to keep
that's not
their
what I'm
draft
saying.
pick?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
What I'm saying is I'm not surprised Joel Embiid isn't there the whole season. I'm not surprised Paul George isn't the $212 million or whatever they paid him. I'm not surprised at that. What I am surprised at is how bad they are this year, how dysfunctional they look. Can't speak about the inside, but they look dysfunctional. That's surprising to me. That roster should be competing for something.
They should be.
Well, right now they're
should be.
competing to keep their draft pick.
But here's the thing too. Did we not see maybe some of the writing on the wall when the Clippers that know Paul George and where he had been for 3, 4 seasons, whatever, decide to say, you know what? We're not going to go with the extra term and the extra money. Let's do this. And he felt, quote, disrespected and insulted and left.
Well, people claim the Clippers mismanaged that. In hindsight, 2020.
Maybe they didn't.
Okay, quickly before we go, though, I just want to get out of this. Rough way for the GOAT to finish off his career. So we're insider trading over here. Sherm, 20th season for Kyle Lowry. We see it next year?
I don't know. I don't know if that's in the cards for him, to be honest with you. But I will say this. If it ends at 19,
It's been
he
a
had
good 19.
hell of a ride.
I can't see him leaving right now with the taste he has in his mouth.
No,
I think he had a shot at the ship again.
I don't see.
I got no insight. I'm just saying.
Neither do I.
Neither
But I
do
don't
I.
see a competitor like that. Part of me says, no, I'm not going out like that. The other part says, hey, man, I've been a competitor and I've given everything you had. I got a chip. I got no more. Because I can't do it the way I want, I'm done.
All right, well, we're done. Time to head to the players. Check it out.
You and Kyle Lowry had a couple words there at the end. I know you played a little bit with him in Miami. What was his message to you?
I saw him before the game and I asked him to, watch the game. I wanted to get some tips from him. And he basically told me, you just need to find the right situation. You good. Just need to go out there and hoop. And I played myself today. So,
What is it about this group that, like you say, everybody plays up every night? Why isn't this going to work with this group?
I mean, we, as a unit, we just love competing. We all young, running around, guarding teams. We take joy in that. So, we feed off each other, the energy, and, that's what comes with it.
You're a pretty adept passer. I mean, we saw that the other night with your past AJ. But do you think this system suits you as given your skills as a big?
Yeah, there's a lot of split actions, flashing to the ball, playing in those situations, and being able to be that connector on both sides of the floor. So I feel like, we kind of did that in college a little bit. So I'm very comfortable in those situations.
Talk about the game tonight, how it felt for you.
It felt really good. It's just a testimony to all the hard work that I've put in. To have this moment is really special, and I'm just really grateful for the opportunity to be here and showcase what I can do. I think it's big time. People always say the NBA is about opportunities. It's never about the talent. And I think what you're seeing now is, what people are capable of doing when they get opportunities. And that's what the NBA is all about, and it's how you capitalize on those chances.
Hey, it's JYD. Thanks for watching the Raptors YouTube channel. Check out our latest videos and subscribe for more.
Taken away by the Raps. On the run. Finch to JYD. Beautiful pass. Chuck, one of the things I'm noticing about this starting